My friends, it's time for a ghost story. Our story takes place in a time of great superstition when burkers roamed the streets of Dundee, St Andrews, and yes, even Alyth. A young woman is making her way back to Alyth, walking on the road that now leads to the Five Rose roundabout, but used to be lined by great fir trees that stood like tall skeletons in the dark. And as she was walking along the road, behind her she hears the rattle of a carriage catching up with her. She steps off the road to let the carriage pass by, but the carriage doesn't pass by, it stops right next to her, and a man pops his head out and asks her her name. Where is she from? What's she doing out so late? The young woman assures both men that she has a husband at home expecting her, and children who are waiting at the door for a first glimpse of her coming down the path. This doesn't seem to make the men any more eager to leave. Feeling ever more unnerved and like these two men's interest in her was for nothing good, she begins to run towards the fires in the distance that were set up by travellers who were camping just by the road. But the men climb back into the carriage, and the carriage continues to rattle after her. And then the travellers themselves hear it, a woman's scream. The next night, while the traveller men are standing around their campfire, discussing if they could have helped, if they could have made it to this woman when she screamed. And just as they're speaking about it, there it is again, that screaming, that rattling of the carriage, the shouting of the men, and all the travellers gather together and they run towards the forest, and all they can hear is crying in the trees, but they can't find the woman, and they're certain it's the same woman. Despite extensive searching, the body of this woman was never found. And even though the woods that once stood there are long gone, they say at night, if you listen carefully, you can still hear her crying out for help.